Alrighty, I am streaming. Ho-ho-rainus. Let me close out all these tabs. Close other tabs. There we go. And share it. I'm just doing a live tutorial, and yeah, the microphone seems to clip a lot. So I'm going to hook up my other mic eventually as well before I start doing videos again. Now, I did actually record a video on this, but I kind of edited some things until then, so if you're watching this in post... Oh, hi Wiki, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. That's OBS, we don't want to go. I want to go to the other Firefox thingy. Plus. But yeah, if you're watching this in post, then feel free to skip ahead a little bit. But it's a really cool thing that we're doing here. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm not going to be able to read the chat yet. I have to keep coming back to the chat, but that's okay. This isn't going to be that long of a stream. It's mostly just going to be for a tutorial. Alright, so what's going on is... I actually wrote a little plugin thing to make this a little bit easier for people. But yeah, I'm just going to show you what it does first, and then we'll get into the tutorial. Check the description below for the plugin that is needed. Now, I hope you guys can hear me over the music. So what's going on is, right now, in the background, there is a timer that is constantly going, even if you're indoors and whatnot. Once the timer reaches a certain amount, for, you know, obvious reasons, I only made it 5,000, so that way we don't have to wait forever for it to rain or snow. But there'll be, like, I think 3 different types of weathers. Light, normal, and heavy. You'll see it's going to start snowing in a moment. Now, we're in an area that has a zone of 1, which represents snow. Zone 0 will represent rain. Let's see, is it at 5? Almost, here we go. There we go. No, it's a heavy one too. So if we go to a warmer area, you'll see that it's rain instead of snow. Now, there's also random lightning strikes that have various different powers. I think a total of 4 different types. There you just heard one. Now, the strong ones will actually have a flash to them. See if we can get a strong one to happen here. Nope, doesn't seem to be wanting to happen. Come on. Strong lightning. Oh my gosh. Really? Really? You're going to do this to me? You know what? I'm going to decrease this again so the timer doesn't make the rain stop. Okay, forget that. That would take forever. But yeah, different types of weather stuff. Okay, it doesn't want to seem to powerfully strike. But yeah, if you go inside, you'll see that the screen's tent fixes itself, and you come outside and it's raining again. Now, it's not the plugin that's doing all this. I just made a plugin to make it easier for you to grab metadata. Kind of JB. Although the plugin itself won't do jack for you unless you set it up to do what you're doing here. What the plugin does is it just kind of lets you grab metadata from the map and stuff like that, from other stuff as well. So what we're going to do, at the very beginning of your game, you want to create a couple of switches. You want storm counter and storm active. And you want to turn that on and then just get rid of the event. That has to be on at the beginning of your game. It's very important that that is on at the beginning of your game. Now, after that, you want to set up metadata, which are, as you can see down here, let's see if I can maybe have OBS zoom in here so I don't have to do any like weird post-edity thingy. Let's see. What if I do... I hope it captures window. Like, will window capture work? Nah, it doesn't want to work, does it? Hold on, it might. Aha! Aha! There it is. Alright, so now I can crop this beast here. Yeah, I'm not able to see the chat just for a second though. But yeah, so we have zone 0. That means it's raining in this area, or it has a chance to rain. This has to be in your map notes. Now in the snowy area, we have zone 1. Are you serial? Okay, so it seems to not like me that much. That's okay though. But yeah, we have zone 1. You've seen how it was done the first time. And then inside, in houses and stuff, we have zone 2. So it's very important that you set those up. After that, make sure you have the plugin, which is Unpro Event Plus. You can grab it in the description below, once again. And it kind of tells you how to use it a little bit. So if you want more out of it than just this tutorial, you can. But it's very simple. You don't even technically really need it. It's just, it helps you It just helps you grab metadata a little bit cleaner, sort of. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to common events, and we're going to create 2 of them, Storm Timer and Storm Lightning. So Storm Timer, maybe I can show you the lightning real quick. No, ADHD. So Storm Timer needs to be a parallel trigger, and we need to see if Storm Counter is on. So if that's on, what we're going to do, we're going to create variables now. We're going to have Weather Timer, Weather Power, Weather Zone, Weather Lightning Timer, and Weather Lightning Power. So what we're going to do is we're going to add Weather Timer by a random of 1 to 3. Well, between 1 to 3. Now, we're going to set Weather Zone, so the operation is going to be set. We're going to set it to script, and we're going to type EVP, as long as you have this plugin, EVP.meta, and in between quotes. Here, maybe I can show like some giant text thing. That's what I'll do. I'll do text. I'll read the chat in just a second. So yeah, you want to do EVP.meta, and in between parentheses, quote, map, comma, and then the zone, that's the meta that we're grabbing. We're grabbing from the map, and we're grabbing the meta called zone, and this little true thing over here, that returns a number instead of a string. So that's pretty much all that is. Alrighty, now, let me check the chat real quick. What the? What? What? That was weird. Can we get a lightning bolt to strike the map and hurt the player? You could if you wanted to. What is your favorite RPG maker? XP. Hello there, Rockus. Rockus Network, welcome to the stream. Good sir, I do hope you enjoy your... Was that yellow? I don't care. So yeah, once we set weather zone equal to the metadata that we just had there, we're going to have a conditional branch that checks and sees if we're inside, or if the zone is 2. If it is, we play no background sound. We remove the background music, the background sounds basically, and we set the weather type to none for 1 frame, and then tint the screen back to normal. If you have a day and night system, you want to make sure that you check and see if it's day or nighttime first before adjusting your tint screens. Now, we have another conditional branch under that, and we're going to check and see if weather timer is greater than, I would say, 15,000, probably besides 5,000. Otherwise, it's going to be raining a lot in your game. It's probably still going to rain a lot even with 15,000. So depending on how often you want it to rain and whatnot. Now, you can do that. Now, you can also set it up, if once you figure out how this works, if you wanted to, you can set it up to where sometimes it can rain for a short amount of time, sometimes it can rain for a fast amount of time, that kind of thing. That's entirely up to you. Hang on, guys. Are you good? Alright, so, yeah, that's entirely up to you. But inside of the conditional branch, if the weather timer is greater than, well, I chose 5,000 so that I can quickly show you guys. Then we're going to have another conditional branch to check and see if storm active is on. And we're going to check the else branch this time. If it is on, we're just simply going to turn it off. If not, we're going to set the variable weather power to a random between 0 and 3. This controls the power of the storm, obviously. And then we're going to turn storm active on. And then at the end of that conditional branch here, we're going to control variables. We're going to reset the weather timer back to 0. Now, to make it longer or shorter, one way you can do that, I guess I can go ahead and show you now, because that makes things easier. You can add between a value of 0 to 500 or even 1,000. So you're setting it to 0 and potentially starting it early, like a lot of the progress early. That would make it either start again fast or stop faster, that kind of thing. You know, just adjust your numbers to wherever you get a value that you like. At the end of that, we're gonna check and see if storm active is on, and if it is, we're gonna check and see. Oh yeah, also the storm active, you need to check the else branch. And if it is active, then we're gonna check and see if weather zone is 0, which means if it's raining. From here, it's pretty much just a power check. So if weather power is 0, we're going to play a light background sound of storm, and we're just going to have some light rain going on. If it's 1, we play a louder storm and set it stronger rain. If 2, we actually set it even stronger with another storm sound. It's even louder, or pitch changed and whatnot. And then we tint the screen. I usually do 5 frames, by the way, for the weather effects, and uncheck the wait for completion. So yeah, we do 5 frames. For the tint screen, I usually just kind of go dark, and then set the grade level to 85 or so. And then if it's 3, it's a very powerful storm. So like the entire sound changes, and it storms really heavy, and then like it gets very dark and gray outside. Let me check the chat real quick. What happened? What do you mean what happened? Thonk. Hold on. Pro Excite. Alright, but yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. And then at the end of that conditional branch, we're going to check and see if it's equal to 1. And if it is 1, then it's snowing. So we're just basically going to play the no background sound, or you can do wind if you wanted to. But yeah, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to check the power and adjust the snow, the control weather, the set weather effect thing. We're just going to adjust the power based on whatever the random was. And of course, do your tinting of the screens again. Now, in the else section of the storm active, meaning like if storm active is not on, we are going to set the weather to none for about 15 frames. We're going to fade out the background sound for 1 second. And we're going to tint the screen back to normal for 15 frames. Again, if you have other systems, you want to have additional conditional branches. Well, that sounds kind of funny, additional conditional. But yeah, you want to have additional conditional branches that check and see if the screen's already tinted or supposed to be tinted, and then tint it back to that. So, yeah. It can get pretty complex. Now, our second event is going to be a parallel trigger as well, and this time it's going to be while storm active is on. There's a reason you want this happening outside of this one, because sometimes, like, the way it scans through the eventing is kind of weird, and you'll end up with a little bit of jankiness, so you want a second event for this. So while storm active is on, we're going to check and see, again, the trigger's parallel, if weather zone is 0. If it is 0, meaning we're outside, we're in a warm area, or like, there's lightning or whatever. You can do this in snow if you wanted to as well, but I just chose to do it. Yeah, you can have like blizzard effects or something, like animations play instead of lightning. You can have like a blizzard blow by or something like that. It's up to you. But anyway, if weather zone is 0, we're going to check and see if the weather power is greater than or equal to 2. If it is, we're going to control variables the weather timer. We're going to add that by 1 to 3, between 1 and 3 random. And if it's equal to 1,000, then there's going to be a lightning strike. So we're going to set the timer back to 0, the weather lightning timer. And after we set that back to 0, we are going to do control variables, and we're going to set the power to a random of 0 and 3. And then we're just going to check those. So if it's 0, it just plays a small sound effect. If it's 1, it just plays another sound effect, slightly louder, different pitch. And if it's 2, I thought I had a little bit of redundancy there, but no, I didn't. So if it's 2, what we're going to do is we're going to play a louder thunder sound effect, and we're going to flash the screen a little bit. Not that strong, but it's going to be about 60 frames. Uncheck the wait. And if it's a really strong lightning strike, I played one sound here, and then I flashed the screen, and then I waited for 15 frames, and then I've made a different sound, and then I flashed it again. And that's pretty much it. That's really all there is to it. You now have a dynamic weather system. Yes, I know I probably went really fast through this, but yeah. So let me show you again. I'm just going to wait here until it starts raining. I'll read the chat for a second. Yep, I am doing a live tutorial, Marco. You can use it when... If outside is neat for starting person of a game, or the protagonist is playing a game inside of a game. A game inside of a game? I'm connected, not much. Yeah, it's okay. Just go ahead and watch the re-upload, because I should have waited, actually, until more people joined before I actually started the live tutorial thing. But my future tutorials will probably be live tutorials, so I am going to get better at it, and I apologize. There we go. Ooh, it's a storm, too. Good. So, now you can have it fade in if you wanted to. Just play around with it once you learn how it's done. So there was a random lightning strike. We go here. The lightning timer, I believe, will still probably happen. No, it won't. That's right. Yeah, it has to be. We have to be in like an area where there can be lightning. So let's go back here. As you can see where it's now raining, as I showed you earlier. And you can be doing all kinds of cool stuffs. And going through trees that don't have proper collision. Okay, it stopped raining. Now let's see. The random started at about 1,000, which is nice. So it's going to start raining again really soon. And I'm hoping to show you that strong lightning strike. Okay, it should start raining any second. It's at 2,000, 3,000. See, it's adding pretty quickly. But yeah, you definitely don't want to have 5,000 like I have. Otherwise, the player would probably get really annoyed as it rains a lot in your world. Okay, this is a light rain. So I'm going to manually change the power. Let's do a 2 this time. And let's hope for the good lightning strike. Yay, there it was. That was a good lightning strike. But yeah, anyway, it's pretty cool how the dynamic weather thing kind of works out. But again, though, you don't really need the plugin. So if you don't really want the plugin, I'll show you how to do it without that. All you gotta do, when we're setting the variable, all you gotta do is number data map dot meta, and then zone, and then that's it. So if you don't want the plugin, all you have to do is just do that. Any tips for getting RPG Maker and beginning to sell on Steam? As a original art, animation, storyline. Yes, RPG, think Final Fantasy type. Well, okay, if you have original art and animation, storyline, all that kind of stuff, especially original plugins, like, you know, if it doesn't look RPG Maker, I guess, is a term. If it doesn't look, okay, if it looks like a like what a AAA game used to be back in the 2D days, then yes, the game's pretty much going to sell on its own. You know, people are going to see it. They're going to like say, "Oh my gosh, this game looks really good," and they're going to like it. Hey, Mom, I'm on stream. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, JB. What the heck is that? What? Hold on. What? Hold on. Huh. That's really weird. If you hold Alt. Cool. I'm gonna put myself in timeout. Cannot moderate yourself. Oh well. But yeah, yeah, trust me though. Like if you have just make your trailer look really good, and then you should be good to go on that. So a quick rundown of what we talked about. You want to turn a switch on, storm counter, and actually, you know what? I will have a written guide, which I was originally planning on thewillthings.wordpress.com, which will eventually become my main website. I've been kind of slowly working on it. So if you guys want to head here, you can see switches and variables too, if you want. You can also check out my blog, which I usually post about various things. If you guys want to leave a comment on this section here, that'd be cool too. Dynamic storms. This is what I was working on. Yeah. See tutorials page for more. This is a work in progress, but the written guide is actually going to be here. Make a trailer is 480p or an authentic 90s effect. True AAA game. No, what you want to do, if you're going to do something like that, then you want to have like a video effect going on that makes it look like you're playing through a composite cable or a coaxial cable, like the SCART, I think it's called, whatever it is, the coaxials. But yeah, that's true nostalgia. Kind of like what Cuphead did with their gameplay. Now that sounds cool. It does. But yeah, guys, I'm also going to be posting tips and tricks, various RPG Maker stuff here, maybe even some resources, all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, if you want to head on over to thewillthings.wordpress.com, you can check out my blog if you wanted to read about me, my work life, and whatnot. Speaking of work life, actually, on I think it's the 20th. Is there a plugin for that? Is there a plugin? Yeah, you could do that, but it'd be kind of hard to do unless you really know how to program very well. Unless you know Pixie.js very well, or just OpenGL filters in general, or WebGL filters. But yeah, GLSL I believe is the thingy I'm thinking of. Whatever. But anyways, on the 20th I work from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, so that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be some nice hours. Thank you so much for the tutorial. Looks really nice. Thank you, Tiago Gasper. Appreciate that. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to end it here. This has been a live tutorial. In the future, I will definitely do these a little bit better. I just got to kind of figure out the movement I want, I guess. I got to figure out the way that I want it all to happen. Like, yeah. You enjoyed it? Thank you, JB. I got to watch this again. Alright, of Knockers, go watch it. It will be up very soon. It should be automatically backlogged. So yeah, live tutorials are going to be a thing from me because they're easier for me. I don't usually have much time anymore because I'm usually at work all the time. I had today off, but yeah, I had today off, but other than that.
Is in a horrible spot.
1 second.
That cage right there next to the fridge?
Yeah, what'd you do? Just look out for the cage.
No, I was over here coming in to go grab something for the wash, and then out of nowhere, boom!
You gotta know it's there, dude.
It's sticking out so fucking much.
Anyway, you just got here. Oh, it's okay, Creopole. It will be uploaded. So, yeah, I will see you guys later. Thank you all so much for watching. And enjoy. Have fun with your dynamic weather. For those who are watching in post, you probably already left, but just in case you didn't, if you check out the website in the description below, which I'm going to add now, actually. If you check out the page, tips and tricks, hold on. Dynamic storms. I'm going to edit this to make it... Yeah. So here, guys, check out this page later on, and you will see the written guide of it. Bye-bye!